We are sailing out of Port Isabel now. Our objective coming here to Port Isabel in Texas, very close to the Mexican border, was to come to the SpaceX facilities where the state-of-the-art rockets in the world are being built and where Elon Musk and SpaceX are preparing their rockets to send humans to Mars. We are Mars enthusiasts who are very supportive of people going to Mars and of humanity evolving off of the Earth and becoming a multi-planet species. There are many different types of analogs. Almost all the analogs are on the land. The analog astronauts that are with us now have all done 2 or 3 analogs already. It's where they go into a habitat on the land and it's set up to look like a Mars capsule, and they are on a Mars trip and they isolate themselves together and they learn what they can from science and from human behavior, and they learn about isolation and then contribute that to the knowledge of that humans are using to prepare to go to Mars. Now we think a Mars analog on a boat is very special because it's dangerous to be on a boat. You have to recognize that you could die. You have to accept your mortality, and by doing that, your psychology is different. If you're in a safe place on the land, in a habitat, the group of people together could decide, we don't like this anymore, we're going to walk out, and they do that. But here on a boat at sea, we're all stuck together until we can get back to land and complete our mission. So our psychology will be different, and everybody will be very psyched up to do the best they can on the voyage and make it back to shore. By coming to SpaceX, we come to the launching pad for humanity becoming a multi-planet species. And this is where we want to pick up more analog astronaut crews. And all the analog astronaut crews that are thinking about going to Mars certainly want to come here to the SpaceX facilities in Boca Chica, which Musk is renaming Starbase. Where we were in Port Isabel on the commercial port dock, we were as close as we could possibly get to SpaceX. And of course, we were looking till we could see the Super Heavy, and we were looking for the firing tests and hoping that they would launch during the 2 weeks that we're here. But they haven't launched yet, and it's time for us to move. We're sailing out on our 3rd Mars Ocean analog. This message is from the Mars Ocean Analog team. We are setting out on our Mars Ocean Analog. There's 6 of us from 6 countries, and we're going to sea for 2 to 3 weeks on a Mars Analog to learn about going to Mars, human behavior and what it takes to prepare to go to Mars. And on this trip we have Reed Stowe, captain and owner, leader of the expedition, and we have with us the LATAM analog astronaut team who've had a lot of experience in space analogs, and we'll introduce each different member right now. Here we go.
Hi, I'm David Mateus, I'm 25, I am a mechatronic engineer from Colombia. This is my 4th analog, and I have all my expectations in this analog, and all my trust in Reed that he is gonna sail us safe to Miami and to Mars.
My name is Marcos Bruno. I'm 25 years old, mechatronics engineer from Argentina. I'm expecting a lot from this trip. I know it's going to be a life-changing experience, and can't wait to be just to be at this night already sleeping in the sea and already being direct in our course to Miami to in the meanwhile have one of the best experience of our lives. And as David said, um, we are excited, but we are also pretty calm because we know and we are sure that we will be taken care of.
I am Luis Diaz. I am from Cascos, Peru. I am 20 years old. I studied mechatronics engineering, and this is my second analog. We have a great team. We have support from Attila, from our families, from our friends in our countries, and we are very confident to make this journey with total success. We have the inspiration to be in a place there to SpaceX where the future travels to Mars, maybe to the Moon, to other planets uh, will begin. So the very um, the very important, no, the most important for today is yes, try to be calm and the best vibes in our minds are focused in get to Mars.
My name is Danton Basaldua. I'm from Mexico. I have 27. This is my fourth analog mission. The expectations that I have in this, well, are really interesting. I consider that the future travel to Mars start, of course, in the air, and all the stops behind the trip are important to test and before to go to Mars. So that's the main idea of this analog. Try to become a real travel to Mars, and that's one of the most important things that we have as a crew. And of course, develop all the experiments that we have, not just for human factors. So we have other experiments with telecommunications and sailing. In this case, in sailing. That's it.
Good morning. My name is Oliver Parody, captain of the Starship Schooner Anne. I'm 31 years old, born in Canada, raised in North Carolina. This upcoming sail with the LATAM crew will be my third ocean analog. Looking forward to it. Expectations are high. Shooting across the Gulf over to Florida and learning every day that we're out there and having a wonderful time with this crew.
Looking from above, down at the Starship Schooner Anne, what you see is a traditional style gaff rig schooner. So 100 years ago, these boats were sailing all over the US and all over the world. They were the best sailing boats in the world. This kind of boat could sail and keep sailing, and that's why I designed and built a boat like this. This gaff rig schooner is 70 feet on deck, 85 feet overall. The masts are 60 feet off the water, and she carries 4 sails. And she's a very seaworthy boat. And now we're headed out to sea on our Mars Ocean Analog. This is our third one. We have a crew of 4 Latino space professionals who have already been doing analog tests, and we're all looking forward to what it will be like to be a crew together, isolated at sea, and how does our inner reactions and what we experience relate to living in a spaceship on a voyage to Mars. That's our focus, and all of us have been thinking a lot about Mars and how we can make this trip be a trip that contributes knowledge that will be helpful for humans to go to Mars. Now we're setting out a course, and we're setting a course east across the Gulf of Mexico to Florida, and around Florida up to Palm Beach, and that will be the end of this analog. And we hope to do that in 2 to 3 weeks, and that depends on the wind, because we're a sailboat. Yes, we have a diesel motor inside, but it's a small motor. It's not like a motorboat that makes the boat go fast, and we don't motor all the time. We only motor when the weather is very, very calm, and otherwise we're always using our sails. Now, we do have a deadline to get to Florida before it's too late in May, and we will be picking up another analog crew on June the 2nd in Palm Beach. So we've got a busy schedule ahead of us, a lot of seamanship, and a lot of sailing.